Okay, welcome back. This is going to be the emotional side of people that have acid reflux, GERD, burping, belching, any type of upper digestive disturbance. Remember again, I say this every single video, we're not treating the actual disease, acid reflux or GERD. We're helping people that have the symptoms to become healthier. And I believe really strongly, and I've seen this through 21 years of clinical practice, that when people are more resilient and healthier in general, their symptoms tend to go away. So let's understand how emotions can play a part in affecting our symptoms, especially up here. So the first thing we have to reiterate, if you haven't watched the video already, you can go back to it if you haven't, but emotions can actually affect our jaw. Now, I did a whole rant on the physical aspects of the jaw and how it affects reflux, so go back and watch that. Yet, if we're not handling stress properly, I'm not talking about not having stress, that's not realistic. But if you're not handling stress in your life properly, what can happen is you can create tension in your jaw. Watch about that. What also stress does, or the perception of stress does, the mishandling of stress does, is it can actually alter the motility of our digestive tract. It can actually affect the peristaltic movements. Now, these peristaltic movements means the contractions that actually literally push food along our digestive system. So stress affects that motility. Stress also has an effect on increasing perception of problems. So if somebody's not handling stress properly, what may result is they actually see the world as more problematic. So even a small problem, relatively small problem that they're having, gets blown up. And so if you're not addressing your stress, you may actually perceive all your problems as being much worse than where they are. Now, I'm not saying you should ignore small problems either. You always want to find out why you're having problems. Yet if you don't address the fact that stress may be contributing to how bad you feel, you're missing out on a big problem. A big subject. Stress can also change the secretions and affect our chemistries. So it's been shown that the perception of stress or increasing cortisol levels, which is a hormone, can actually affect the production of hydrochloric acid in your stomach. And that helps you to break down your foods. Now, we spoke about that in the chemistry side, but this is how stress and digestion don't really go together. For this, you really have to actually understand a simple concept. Sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system. Now, those are big words. What we're just going to explain is that the sympathetic half of our nervous system speeds us up, riles us up, gets us excited. And that gets us to get our stuff done during the day. Now, we're all sympathetic. I'm even getting more sympathetic just in the way I'm speaking right now. So if you're speaking fast, you're probably in sympathetic dominant mode, where the parasympathetics are the relaxing, calming, healing, digesting, sleep, immune system. You see, being active and being able to get your stuff done throughout the day means that your digestion and your immune system and your healing takes a back seat. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's very difficult to have high stress levels and great digestion at the same time. They actually function in opposite ways. So take a hormone, cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone of stress. It's just one of them. But as cortisol levels go up, your stress hormone levels go up, it suppresses all of the digestive secretions. So you can't break down your food properly. So this is why it's best to eat your food and sit down and rest for an hour and let it digest. Now, how many of you are doing that? I bet you not everybody, because you know what? I don't even do it all the time. I try to often, but it doesn't happen all the time. Now, what I'm really conscious of is not shoveling down my food really, really quickly. I at least take a few breaths, and if I don't have time to eat a meal, what I do is I eat less. And I eat things that don't need a lot of time to break down. So the summary is your emotions affect the way you digest and heal. The emotions also have an impact on our gut microflora. Again, I mentioned this in the chemistry, but we have these bugs, these friendly bacteria that live in and on our body. And when we have emotional stresses or we perceive these stresses, it can affect the balance, the delicate balance of these gut microflora. And these gut microflora actually help us to digest our foods. And so one of the ones that it'll have an impact on is H. pylori, Helicobacter pylori. And H. pylori isn't necessarily this dangerous infection of the body. H. pylori is actually found even normally in people, but when this H. pylori gets out of control, when it grows into numbers in the billions or let's say trillions to where the body can't keep it in check, we can get symptoms of reflux. And one of the things that actually can have an impact on the growth of H. pylori is emotional stress. So we got to understand this. So what do we do about emotional stress? Well, the best thing to do is just avoid it. Don't be stressed anymore. Move to Fiji, live on the beach, and live simply. I guess you're not going to do that one either. So what we've got to do is, if we can't just avoid it, we've got to do things that improve our stress handling, which is exercise, which is learning to meditate. I think that's an integral part of life, learning to meditate, reading positive things, having more fun, spending more time doing things that you enjoy rather than you just have to do. If you don't know how to do that now, you got to figure it out. We got to work on it. And this is one of the things I work on with patients. You see, I'm a chiropractor, but many people come in just as much for the health coaching I work on rather than just the chiropractic. Because health coaching, what it means is we're working on the physical aspects of your health, working on the emotional, and we're working on the chemistry all at the same time. So I hope this gives you a little bit more insight into how to get better. Remember, work on meditation, exercise, and doing more things that you enjoy in your life, and actually watch how that has an impact on reflux. If you need any more help, please let me know, or find a healthcare practitioner that understands all of these concepts and work with them to get yourself better. Have a great day.